Hello guys, this is Randall with Bitraged. I wanted to give a shout out to Slim for mentioning us in our regards to the Electra video we dropped. He'd mentioned a question on Photon and Sprouts. So we just did a video on Photon. I wanted to follow up with a video on Sprouts. I want to thank you for subscribing and thanks for the comment and suggestion. We appreciate that. So Sprouts is not a new coin. It actually started back in 2015, I believe. Yeah, sometime in 2015. And you see a lot of spikes in 2015. It drops off in 2016 and it stays stagnant for well over a year. And then sometime around June 2017 it starts picking up. Let's look at the year here. Now, if you look at these spikes, this is not a normal growth pattern. This is not a growth pattern. This is pump and dump. Just a clear case of pump and dump. I mean, you look at this, that's what's going on here. Here's a 7-day. You can see that a little clearer. It's pretty stagnant. I mean, it's not moving much, and then all of a sudden you have big changes. That's not really what you want to see in a coin. It's not a good sign. It's usually a sign of being pumped and dumped. So what do I think about the coin? Well, let's look at the website here. Now, this is one thing that I noticed right off the bat, and one thing that bothers me about a lot of these coins that people are buying into and supporting. This coin is hosted on WordPress. You don't host a coin on a WordPress, and the reason is it's supposed to be a blockchain. There's supposed to be a blockchain behind it, and it's hosted on WordPress. I mean, that it makes you wonder what kind of effort was put into the coin and if it's planning on being here for the long run. So that's a concern for me. You don't host a coin on a WordPress. So looking at their GitHub, there have been no updates in 3 years. 2 years is the soonest, but it's between 3 and 6 years. And we just established that it came out in 2015. So this project has been around for a while. This is nothing new. And yet, even after the release in 2015, there's no updates to the GitHub. So this is an old project that has had no real updates. The blog hasn't been updated since March, so we're running up close to a year, which is something I don't like to see. You look at their Twitter, and there's been no updates since March. So it's a dead community. 20 tweets. It was started in Twitter started in February. This Twitter, anyways. The last tweet was in March, so they tweeted for a month, and then, well, or no, 3 weeks. So they tweeted for about 3 weeks, and then it's dead. They didn't tweet anymore, and they have a Bitcoin donations thing. But the problem is what am I donating for? You look at the About Us page. It's dedicated to donations. WordPress is partially completed. They didn't finish the template. The donations page is donations too, so About Us and donations. Interesting. Like I said, the blog has not been updated since March. So February, they started March. So not a lot of updates, not a lot of community activity from the developers or anyone else. So what's interesting is doing my research, I found out that there is Sprouts, there is Sprouts Extreme, there is Sprouts Plus, and I think Sprout. So there's a lot of variations of this coin. Sprouts Extreme actually started in 2016. It's supposed to be a fork of Sprouts. February seems to be a good month for Sprouts. That's when they start their things, so it was forked. They started Sprouts Extreme. a couple days and then they stopped. No activity. And then this is their other website, which is hosted on a GitHub. It's interesting, they have a mobile picture which insinuates that it is a mobile wallet, but I could not find a app for the mobile wallet. I don't see anywhere where there is actually a mobile wallet. I do not believe that there is. They have Windows and Mac, source code and compile instructions. If you do try to view transactions, it doesn't go anywhere. So, interesting. So each of these, you have the original and then you have the fork. It's also hosted on GitHub. And this was in February 2016. So there hasn't been much activity since then. This person says it's been dead for a long time. So this is Sprouts Plus, which is supposed to be the new Sprouts. From my understanding, and this is what I've read, they are transitioning from Sprouts to Sprouts Plus, which means they're going to transition the coins. There seems to be a lot of talk and insinuation that it's not going to be a 1-to-1 ratio. Don't quote me on that, I'm not positive. This is the new Twitter. Started October 2017. And this is the new website. It's sprouts.community. So they actually got an actual domain this time. It's not just a WordPress or a GitHub. So you actually have to sign in to actually view the website. There is nothing on the website for anybody who does not have an account. Now you can sign up for free, but not a very good way to promote a project to get new people involved. So some information they have, it's like a form once you register. Not a ton of activity, a little bit of activity. So what do I think? Well, first of all, we're not exactly sure what's going to happen here with the transition from Sprouts to Sprouts Plus. It could be and make a little bit of money. It probably would not be too hard. Keep in mind the market volume for selling out, and keep track of, let's see, it's on Coin Exchange. So it's not on a lot of places. You want to keep in mind that the coin is pretty much being used right now as a pump and dump. So you could get caught in an upward trend and make a little bit of cash. You could also get caught in a slide where it is a sellout and you could lose. So I wouldn't put much money into this at all. And if you do put money into it, I would put it in pretty much as a gamble, understanding that there are a lot of risks. This is a very risky investment. There's no technology behind it that we are aware of. They're not telling us why this is the next great thing. So the information on the website, there's very little to none. The website's hosted on WordPress and GitHub, which is a sign of a hasty coin. The coin has been around, well, the project's been around for 6 years at least, and it's morphed into several different coins, so several different Sprouts, which none of them have been successful so far. The idea seems to be kind of dead. The community is not supporting it. Twitter is dead. So a lot of things to keep in mind. The developers are not active. They're not doing a good job marketing this. And right now it is part of a pump and dump. So if you do get in, be understanding of that. It would have been a better idea to get in 2 days ago before it actually went up. But there's really no way to know this because, like I said, there was no announcement, there was no new addition, no new technology, no new nothing. It's just suddenly being pumped. So keep that in mind. I would not recommend it as a long-term hold. I'd recommend if you're going to put money in, put a very little amount. Try and get out when you can make a profit. If that's what you want to do. Also keep in mind that if it transitions to Sprouts Plus, that could change the ball game quite a bit. Maybe that'll be a more legitimate project. Maybe they'll provide more information. Maybe it will be more of a decent thing to invest in. That remains to be seen, but maybe that is possible. So as it stands, it's not a coin I would put any money into right now. But hopefully I've been able to give you some facts regarding it. It's only on one exchange, so if that exchange goes under, you're kind of screwed. If they go down, you can't sell out. So keep that in mind as well. Well, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Please subscribe and like the video. Please comment below with suggestions for future coin reviews, and we'll try and get those out to you. Thanks and take care.